Hi there everybody, this is David, and this is what I look like whenever I wake up first thing in the morning. I literally just rolled up out of bed. I was at a pool party last night, pretty late, drinking and all that, and kind of woke up with a bit of a hangover, and I was kind of like trudging out of bed. I was like, ugh. Checked my telephone, saw a whole bunch of messages over on Twitter, and I'm like, what's going on? Why have all these messages on Twitter? And lo and behold, some great news about Tales of Xillia. It looks like there's a leak. We are getting Tales of Xillia remastered. This has been leaked by some Slovakian retailers, and I'm here to tell you all about it. And I do think that is worth a sub, as I try my hardest to get 100,000 subscribers by the end of this year. And with your help, your sub, and your like, I do think that I can get there. So now let's dive deep into this story. So it looks here like this is going to be coming out for the Nintendo Switch, the PS5, the Xbox One, Xbox Series S right here, and it shows the artwork. It says not final art, but it shows the artwork, and noticeably, it's just Tales of Xillia remastered, not Tales of Xillia 1 and 2, or Collection, or anything else like that. When you go to hit translate, it says, return to the ancient world of Tales of Xillia in a new remastered presentation for modern game consoles. Play as one of the heroes and go to a world where people and spirits live together in harmony. Looking at the box art that's shown here, as well as my box art right here, they're pretty much exactly the same. But again, noticeably, there is nothing to indicate that Tales of Xillia 2 is in this game. So it looks like it's not a collection, which is unfortunate. Now, again, this is not final art, so maybe they will add in Ludger and Ellie or something like that. Maybe it might be like one of those like reverse cover art things, where you could have like Xillia 1 on one side, Xillia 2 on another side, or maybe they are just releasing Tales of Xillia remastered and not a collection, which is unfortunate. Tales of Xillia first came out on the PlayStation 3, and honestly, the PlayStation 3 was like a dark age for RPGs, at least JRPGs. Western RPGs, they were up and coming, and JRPGs, they were waning, and it really sucked. And then the Tales series came in, they swooped in, and they released 3 games on that console. All 3 of them were fantastic. Tales of Xillia was one of them, and I really thoroughly enjoyed it. There's a dual hero system. You can play as Milla, or you can play as Jude as you go through. And, you know, the story for the most part is pretty much the same, but there are some differences here and there whenever you're going through. I personally played as Jude because, you know, cute, but but it's a whole lot of fun. And Tales of Xillia 2 did get some blowback, some flack, because it had this debt system where you couldn't really kind of move on until you paid off this debt, and then you were able to like move on to the next chapter or whatever. But honestly, I thoroughly enjoyed it, and the game was kind of built around that debt system, so it wasn't like you have to grind for a year on a day or anything else like that. And it had a great story and one of the most saddest moments in gaming as well. It was a fantastic, fantastic game. Both of the Xillia games are just superb. So, I also want to mention this. These games came out on the PS3. You know what else came out on the PS3? Tales of Symphonia Collection, which had both Tales of Symphonia 1 and 2. And the nice thing about this was that Tales of Symphonia 2 was originally released only on the Nintendo Wii, and it used like touch controls and motion controls and things like that, which sucked. But because of this collection, you were able to play it without those controls. So, on the PlayStation 3, they released a collection of 2 Tales games. Now, here we are, 10-something years later since the PS3, maybe even longer than that, and are they releasing a collection? No, or at least we don't think so. At least that's not what this leak indicates. So it just kind of sucks that they're making us double dip. It would have been nice if there was like a Tales Collection PS3 era or something like that. It had Grace's F and it had the Xillias or something like that. That would have been cool. But either way, we're getting Xillia. So this is really, really amazing. Now, I want to look back into the history here because recently there's been some blowback with the Tales series, especially whenever they went and they delisted a bunch of Tales games on the PS3 and the PlayStation Vita store. Europe lost Tales of Hearts R, Grace's F, and Zestiria with Xillia and Symphonia getting delisted years ago. North America Lost Hearts R, Xillia 2, and Symphonia Chronicles. But Graces and Xillia 1 pack was still available, and Symphonia 1 and 2 could only be bought separately. So, Banco has been kind of like on the spree of delisting older games and things like that. So I guess now they're like, okay, we delisted those, but now we're going to release them physically or release them on console. So yeah, it just kind of sucks that they're doing this, but at least we're getting these games. At least we're able to get these games. And then another thing that I do want to bring up was whenever the Tales development team, this was a couple of weeks back, I talked about this on New RPG News, and the Tales development team, they came out and they said, we're working hard every single day towards the future. There was a Tales of Festival 2024, and it kind of sucked because there were no new games being announced at that festival. But the producer, he did say, but you know what? Hang on, we're working hard. We will have something to give to you, something for you coming up soon. And I guess that's this Tales of Xillia remastered. It would have been nice to get, a brand new Tales game. It would have been nice to get some of the games that we've never gotten before. Like, where's Innocence? Where's Tempest R? Where it would be great to get like a Triverse collection of those games, of Hearts, of Innocence, of Tempest. Where's Rebirth? Where's Destiny 2? Where's Destiny R? That does have a translation patch now, but Rebirth doesn't. Destiny 2 doesn't. So where are those games? Why can't we get those games that are still lost back on the PlayStation 2? Why can't we get a Destiny collection, So I don't want to this is good news, but at the same time, it's just so frustrating that Namco Bandai does this to the series. As far as I'm concerned, the Final Fantasy series, the Trails series, the Dragon Quest series, and the Tales of series are like the four big guns insofar as JRPGs. And for Namco to treat their series, this flagship RPG series of theirs, so shoddily, it's so frustrating that they're taking a game like Tales of Xillia, which is already released on an HD console, you know what I mean? And then they're like, oh, we're remastering it, even though it was already HD. So it's kind of already remastered. But at least they are putting it out on modern consoles. But, the other games that we've never gotten, they're not coming, and it's not like it's Xillia 1 and 2, because that would be something to really celebrate. I'd be swinging from the freaking rafters here if it was Xillia 1 and 2, but it looks like it's just Xillia. So, yeah, but anyway, this is a leak. It is listed on Slovakian retailer sites that people can purchase in Slovakia, so it is there. This isn't like some, weirdo quote out of nowhere. This is literally, it's still there as of right now, listed on these websites. So yeah, they're still there. It has, everything that you need. So yeah, we're getting this hopefully. Again, this is just preliminary, and we will be getting a collection. That would be amazing. But yeah, this is some good news. I know I went into my little tangent and my rants, but that's just what I do. But at the end of the day, this is good news. The Tales of Xillia is not forgotten. It is still here. It is still coming. And we are getting more, and they haven't forgotten the history of their series either. So, very exciting news. Sorry that you have to see me all disheveled like this, but it is what it is. And I do hope that all y'all have a good day.